So before we start the video, everybody, I want to get some housekeeping out of the way. Please, 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 if you can, watch the video all the way through. This helps us in the YouTube search rankings and helps us beat the algorithm so that we can be recommended to other people. Also, if you really enjoy the content, please like and possibly think about subscribing to the channel. That definitely helps our numbers greatly and helps other people see, again, the channel and beat the algorithm. So just remember this, and again, thank you everybody for clicking on the video, and thank you for watching. Let's get into it. Wow. Some people should just stay quiet. And one of those such people is Joss Whedon, especially when it comes to on-screen or behind-the-scenes antics. He loves to do them. He's been accused of them in many such occasions. During the 7 seasons of Buffy the Vampire Slayer and other sets that he's been a part of and directed. He even had, according to actress that played Dawn in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, what is her name? I'm trying to think of it right now. Michelle Trachtenberg, that's her name. Apparently, according to her mother, there was a clause in her contract that stated that Whedon would not be allowed to be alone with her on set at any point in time. So, I mean, we know that Joss Whedon has a, let's say, checkered past when it comes to dealing with talent, especially on the sets of his films. So it's really strange that now we are hearing from Joss Whedon as he, according to CBR.com, breaks silence on Justice League accusation and denies Ray Fisher's claims. So, according to Joss Whedon, he is now rebutting the many claims made by Ray Fisher, but in particular, in 2020, Fisher made numerous accusations against not just Joss Whedon, but former DC Chief Creative Officer Jeff Johns, former DC Films Executive John Berg, Warner Brothers Picture Group Chairman Toby Emmerich, and DC Films President Walter Hamada. The primary claim against Whedon was that of racism and other inappropriate behavior on the set of Justice League after Zack Snyder stepped down and Whedon was brought in to oversee reshoots. Speaking in New York Magazine, Whedon explained that none of Fisher's claims were either true or merited discussing. We're talking about a malevolent force. We're talking about a bad actor in both senses. Now, see, if this was somebody else who had never been, accused of this before, or had never been accused of bad behavior on sets, or has been confirmed through multiple actors and actresses, whether that be Charisma Carpenter, Michelle Trachtenberg, even Buffy the Vampire Slayer herself, we would know, or we would at least be able to cast the suspicion that maybe Ray Fisher was lying. But the fact of the matter is, not only has Ray Fisher spoken out, but other talent has also spoken out. In particular, Ben Affleck has spoken out about the behavior of Joss Whedon and others on the sets of these films. So, I mean, this isn't new, and the fact that now he wants to speak up because apparently probably Warner Brothers said, hey, if you want to get in our good graces again, you better do some damage control, is just, is a little over the top for me. Because there's money, they think there's money to be made, not understanding that the fans are not happy with Warner Brothers in general. But regarding what prompted Fisher's accusations, nearly 3 full years after the release of Justice League, Whedon suggested it might have been done on behalf of Snyder, whom he replaced on the film after Snyder's daughter, Autumn, died by suicide. I don't know who started it, he said, I just know in whose name it was done. So he is alleging that Ray Fisher claimed racism against not just himself, but basically the entire executive production staff and the head of DC Entertainment on film, just for Zack Snyder's sake. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to press F to down on that one, fam. This is just not going to go for me. And further, let's see, we see that Ray Fisher in 2020 had retracted the praise that he had heaped on Whedon. At Comic-Con, he said Whedon's on-set treatment of the cast and crew of Justice League was gross, abusive, unprofessional, and completely unacceptable. He also noted, I understand full well the personal and professional risks associated with my speaking out against the abhorrent behavior of Joss Whedon and his enablers. And again, none of this is out of character for Joss Whedon. We have heard this before. So I don't really understand how we're supposed to take Joss Whedon seriously or at his word when, when the people behind various productions that he's worked on have already spoken out against him when they had nothing to gain. Not to mention his ex-wife and the sordid affair that he had behind her back with talent. So again, this dude is not above reproach, and he is not really even a good guy. Like, he's done things in the past that warrant a little bit more investigation, and the fact that he thinks that he has enough clout in his field to speak up about this just really shows a tone-deaf attitude by himself and Warner Brothers, because make no mistake, Whedon didn't make these statements on his own. I guarantee you this is fully backed and encouraged by Warner Brothers. So, I mean, again, guys, we'll see what comes of this, but Joss Whedon needs to cut it out. He really does. And like I said, this is further compounded by the fact that if they really wanted to shut Ray Fisher up, the best way to do that would have been to continue giving him work and not kill his character off. But I guess Warner Brothers thinks that they got it like that. They really don't. What do they think? They think they're Marvel? They're definitely not. Even Marvel's not really Marvel anymore. So I don't know what they were thinking. But you guys let us know what you think in the comments section. And we'll see you on the next one. 8-Bit Heroes out. Peace.